Today, I want to share with you the real reason your coaching business isn't matching up with your vision. And then I want to give you 4 questions to ask yourself that will help you get back on track fast. If you're new to me, I'm Jill Hope, and I help established coaches and business owners get paid richly without working more hours. I do this by helping them boldly and audaciously claim the true value of their work and create irresistible, premium priced offers that attract high paying dream clients, all without sacrificing your values or your truest self. So here is the thing. You know what you want. And you want to live your purpose doing the work that lights you up. That's why you started your coaching practice. And you want to make abundant money so that you can live life freely and on your terms. And you want to have spaciousness in your calendar so you can spend time in reflection and increase your connection to your higher self and spirit and spend time with the people who mean the most to you and work on those passion projects that you just never seem to get around to. Basically, you want to have a life and you want to make money and you want to do it in a way that feels on purpose. And that is not asking too much, but you aren't living this way right now. So let me know if any of these sound familiar to you. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too busy. It's not responsible. It's not practical. I don't know how it would ever work in practice. I'm worried what people might think. I'm afraid I might fail. I'm afraid of what might happen if I succeed. I don't have the confidence. I don't have the right connections. I don't have a big enough list. It never worked before, so why would it work now? I didn't have a good example growing up. I need to learn this other skill, or I need to get this other certification, even though you've got a bunch of certifications and you've already learned a ton of skills. I could keep going on here, but you get the gist. There are probably 101 reasons or more, or maybe just one big reason as to why you think you don't have or can't live this life of your vision, right? But the truth is that all of those things are just white noise in your brain. They're built on nothing but stories that you've told yourself or that you've bought into. And none of these things are the real reason why you haven't manifested that vision of the coaching business of your dreams. There's something deeper. So I often see at the start of when I'm working with a client is that they'll come to me for one specific thing. And what happens, I'd say 8 or 9 times out of 10, we heal something else in order to allow that thing to occur. And because that something else is connected to what they want, when we discover and remove that underlying reason, voila, manifesting magic happens, meaning that they achieve whatever the goal is in their business that they were working towards. It becomes really, really easy when we get the real reason out of the way. My clients have manifested more clients for themselves, unexpected opportunities that they never would have been aware of before. They've manifested book ideas. They've manifested new jobs. They've manifested work that's aligned with their purpose. They've manifested financial opportunities and way more abundance than they've ever experienced before. They've manifested healed relationships with their kids. They've manifested athletic achievements. They've manifested a sense of inner peace and joy on a day-to-day basis. They've manifested dream travel experiences and greater homes and so much more. All of these things happen easily and effortlessly when we discovered what was really stopping them and removed it, or when we've discovered that thing that they really need to step into and then we support them to step into it. Because sometimes there's an underlying belief that is actually keeping them from doing a thing, and not doing that thing is the thing that's stopping them. It becomes so easy when we see what the thing is and then we provide that level of support. But if you keep on living the lie or living the excuse and you don't go to the source of it, nothing's really going to change. You may try really hard, and yet you will likely end up short. And then what you might do is you may even wear your efforts, even though you came up short, like a badge of honor, telling yourself something like, well, at least I tried. Like you give yourself an A for effort. But it's not really going to matter because you're still not going to have what you want. Or if you do, you will have risked burnout to get it. And I've seen that happen. I've seen people get sick. I've seen people have all kinds of crazy things happen because they pushed to beyond their limits to create something that they could have done with a lot more ease. It's kind of like this. It's like putting one foot on the gas pedal and then the other on the brake. You get nowhere and you eventually run out of gas. And that's what I've seen. And I've actually tried it that way. And it doesn't work. It does not work. So the question is, how do you stop living the excuse, the false reason why you can't? Whatever it is that you're believing, whatever it is the thing is that you know you should be stepping into that you're not stepping into, how do you stop avoiding what you know you need to do? How do you stop living into the excuse or that false reason and instead take back your power, take back your life so you can live full out into that vision of that business and that lifestyle that you know darn well you can create because you wouldn't have been able to envision it, to feel it, to resonate with it in your heart if it wasn't possible for you to create it. So how do you do that? Here is the key. Look underneath the surface. Question the lie that you're telling yourself. Stop making the excuse the reason why you can't. Stop making any excuse a reason why you can't. And ask yourself, what is this really about? What is really going on here? Your higher self knows the answer to that question. And we don't often ask ourselves that, do we? So that is what you want to ask. You want to go deeper, look under the surface. What is this about? And when you discover the false belief, which you will if you ask that question long enough, then here are questions to ask yourself that will allow you to let go of that false belief, let go of allowing that fear of that thing to stop you if it's something about stepping into the next thing. Ask yourself these 4 questions about the belief connected to why you can't or why you're afraid or whatever it is for you. Number 1, is it true? Is that belief true? Is that excuse really true? Is what I fear is going to happen or what might happen, is that really true? That's the first question to ask yourself. Be honest. How do you know it's true? If you think it's true, how do you absolutely know without a doubt that that is actually true? Question number 2, am I willing to let this thing stop me from living the life I want to live? That's a yes or a no. Am I willing to let it stop me? Again, be honest with yourself. Way too many people answer yes to that question, and that's why basically they don't change, not in any significant way. Because you've got to be willing to let it, to stop letting it drive your decisions. You've got to stop letting the fear in control of what you do in your life and in your business. But answer that question honestly. Am I willing to let this stop me from living the life I want to live? Question number 3, what are 3 examples or instances that show me why this belief that I was holding and letting get in the way, why it's actually not true? If you ask yourself this question, you will either think of 3 reasons in your own personal life where you've seen that in the past you've done something similar and this belief that you have is actually not true, or you'll think of instances of people that you know or that you're aware of who have done the very thing that you think is not possible or that you think is going to happen if you do the thing. It's really helpful to think of real life examples. It kind of squashes that belief. It kind of like shows your subconscious mind that, yeah, that's not really true. You're believing a lie. And then question number 4 is, what story is true or truer than the story that stops me from living into this vision. So this is coming up with a new story, okay? Because the problem that a lot of people have who are trying to grow a bigger life, and this really affects entrepreneurs, especially heart-centered entrepreneurs, we have a lot of beliefs about, how we're supposed to show up and what we're supposed to do, and we tend to be nurturing people and all of that stuff. And so we live stories around those beliefs about how we think we're supposed to be a good person, right? We follow rules that we think, by following them, it makes us a good person, that kind of thing. So, what story could we create about the vision that we have that actually you would believe is true or truer than the old belief that you were living? So it might be something around, well, if I do this thing, it's not only serving me, but I think about all the ways it will serve other people to the point where I'm like, oh my God, I have to do it now because it's actually not only going to help me, it's going to help all of these other people in all of these ways. And coming up with the story means you want to sit down with paper and a pen and write out these things. Really, what is the new story that you are deciding now to be true about you living into this vision? How does it help people? How does it help the world? How will it help you? How will it help your family? Write a new story about, if I do this thing, here are all the ways it's going to help me, my family, other people, the world, yada, yada, yada. Write that story and start believing that story and making that story true. Think about ways that it actually really is true. And when you start following that truth, it becomes a whole lot easier to take the actions that support it. Right now, you're taking actions that support a false truth about all the ways that things could go wrong if you say yes to yourself and your dreams. So this is what we want to rewrite. We want to write a new story because starting to believe that new story and really embody that new story will allow you to take the actions that support that new story. You cannot guide a client or anyone else to live their best life if you are not living yours. You've got what it takes to become the example, to become the leader in your life, in your business, for your clients out there in the world, and create your highest level life now. And so I hope this video has helped you to have a path, a way to walk through this conundrum. If you feel like you're hitting your head against a wall, if you feel like something keeps stopping you, if you're not doing the thing that you know you should be doing, you're getting that internal nudge and you're not doing it, I hope this video helps you create some clarity around that. And if you want my help to clear your path of these obstacles that are getting in the way of you living your best, most fulfilled business and life, then let's talk. Reach out to me on social media. You can email me at jill@ishinewealth.com. It is my joy and my honor and my work to help conscious, success-focused, heart-centered coaches and business owners to get to their next financial level with relative ease. So if that's something you're looking for and you'd like help with that, I would love to hear from you. Till next time, I'm Jill Hope. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.